Well, hello, welcome to Live Life Driven. Thanks for tuning in. As I talked about on my other show, I'm going to get my act together and start pushing out some more podcasts. It's been a little while, but I'll welcome myself back since I got lazy. It has nothing to do with not being driven or living that life. I've just been swamped with a lot of great stuff going on. Hopefully that you are following your own values and your goals and chasing your passion and your dreams. It's possible. We're in a post-COVID environment in most places around the country. I hope you're in one of those fortunate places, and you're taking advantage of everybody getting back to work and the economy coming back. So we're in an interesting political position, so hopefully you're on the right side of the fence and enjoying some of the benefits that this country has to offer. So with all that being said, it is 4th of July weekend. In Montana, they have two seasons, winter and visitor. And we've seen our share of visitors at the house already for this summer. And I've got a special guest up here today. I've got Rico in the house. How you doing, buddy?
Great. Happy 4th to you, Jim. And thanks for having me up here to beautiful Montana here in Kalispell.
All the way from Arizona.
Right, yeah.
Or your other life down in Cabo, right?
Yes, exactly.
Well, Rico is a friend of mine that I've known for quite a few years now, and we got acquainted through our mutual love and respect for Baja, Mexico, and his love of tequila. Rico, you've written a couple books in your life.
Right, yeah. Just finished the 10th one. First one, My Bad Tequila, about a spring break trip gone bad that spans 50 years of horrible decisions while drinking tequila. And then I did that one in 2014 with you on Baja Local, 4 racing days and tequila nights on the Baja Nora 1000.
Whole bunch more bad decisions on that trip.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was something else. You and the Red Rooster took first place in that.
Yep. Great times. And I was being sarcastic because I knew you had a whole bunch of books out. So I didn't realize it was 10, though.
Yeah. The last one is a book that I've been working on almost 10 years and just got it published in February, called Boy to Successful Man, a roadmap for teens and young adults. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I just felt that young people needed. It's not a novel. It's an education. It covers chapters, manners, ethics, morals, accepting responsibility, and it's geared toward those kids, teens, young adults that maybe grow up in a one-parent family. Maybe they're on the wrong path. Maybe their parents are too busy trying to earn a living to give them a decent home and not able to spend the time with them to teach them what they need to. And a lot of the schools are teaching the wrong stuff nowadays. So.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about that. Well, it's funny. I was thinking earlier today I should record a podcast, and you're in town. I thought, you know what? Rico's probably one of the more driven people I know, and you're a perfect candidate to be a guest on our show. And I didn't realize it, and I think this oftentimes you find this in your lives. You get to know somebody on a casual basis. For you and I, it was in Baja. You came down, you gave us some books, which we appreciated, and you hung out with us when we went racing. And I only knew you as a good time, Rico. I read your story, of course, and you enjoyed your margaritas and stuff. But what I've learned about you in this last 6 months is you really kick some ass at work. I mean, you're the man over there.
Oh, thank you.
Tell us what company you work for and some of your success along the way.
All right, I'm a representative, tire manufacturer representative for Double Coin. I've been in the tire industry for about 25 years. Started with Michelin years ago, working in the mines and the off the road tires for construction, all that, and then worked for Continental for a few years, and Rima Tip Top, and now I'm with Double Coin. Been there almost 7 years. I have the Western region, the 13 Western states, and El Paso, since it sits off by itself.
Yeah.
And really love selling tires to the truckers or distributors, and it's a very good company. They let me write. So keeps me out of the bars about every other night. When I'm traveling, I'm in the hotel writing,
Yeah.
so I have the perfect job and opportunity for this.
Yeah, and when you say it lets you write, that means write your books and the business of being an author and publishing books and selling them and all those other things. I know in the past you've done a lot of guest appearances to promote the sale of your books and things like that. So you stay pretty busy.
Yes, yeah, it's a great time, and now we're moving forward. As you know, you're a consultant and a very good uh, leader for our company, Baja Arriba, Tres Cabos Amigos. We're launching our tequila brand here. We're hoping that we have a shoot date of October if things go right, and hoping to launch it at the Bisbee's tournament in Cabo.
Which, by the way, if you don't know Bisbee's, it's one of the largest fishing tournaments. I would guess probably one of the longest standing fishing tournaments that happens down there. That's the big dog.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the grand prize is I think last year was like $3 million, and
Wow.
so but it costs a pretty penny to get into that tournament. But if you love fishing, it's the tournament to be in for black marlin, striped, blue.
Mm-hmm. Side note, in the 80s growing up, my grandfather owned a restaurant called the Quickie on Balboa Island, and he was very close with the Bisbee family because they had a business right next door to us, and that was my first job working there and got to know the Bisbee kids, which are probably the ones running all these tournaments nowadays. So I love and respect what they do. So you just slightly hinted at this tequila company that you're starting, and really the point that I wanted to make is how driven you are in your own life. Here you have a successful career working for a tire company selling tires. It allows you to write your books when you're on the road in the hotel rooms, and here you are talking about and literally doing, starting a new tequila company, Baja Arriba, with your friends, that you've made down in Cabo and your travels.
Right. Yeah. It's been a great experience. Have four super partners. Michael Hill that had a restaurant and a bar down in Cabo. I met him about 20 years ago down there. Jay Nance that runs Politichatter,
Which is a great new social media platform, man. That guy's crushing it.
Yep, and then Mr. Jim Riley, and then Brian Zemp.
Yeah.
And all four of us, five of us are all entrepreneurs in one way or another. So we've experienced the hardships and the rewards of it, the risks and the rewards, and I'm very excited about it. Can't wait.
Well, I want to talk about this a little bit because, again, I think it plays into being driven, having some values, and taking those values and parlaying them into your goals. And, to me, you really exemplify all that. And so you came to me and you said, hey, we're going to launch this tequila company, and you asked me for some help. And most people know that that's what I do as a consultant. And we worked out a little deal that I thought was a win-win for everybody. But, I wasn't looking for another project to get into. Really, I was doing the opposite. I was trying to get involved in less projects. But what I saw in you, Rico, and this is the message of this interview here, is that you were able to successfully work for an employer and achieve success there running the Western 13 states. You have successfully published books, and you continue to put books out. You've put one out since we started this project, and now you're working on this tequila company. And what fascinated me about the whole deal is that you also found a way within everything else that you're doing to have a sales structure for the tequila company. I thought, if I'm going to do anything outside of my regular schedule, I'm going to do it with somebody that's thought about all these things and that has the motivation and the drive to do it all. So really what you've done is sold me to add something to my plate instead of take something away. So I want to give you kudos for that. But how do you juggle your schedule and make all this stuff happen? And by the way, I want to say that and preface it with, I know you go on vacation and you know how to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, not every time I talk to you, but you're heading to Lake Powell, you're heading back to Cabo, you're back on the boat over here, you're back to Cabo. And I know you've got a wonderful wife at home and you guys travel together and you spend time with friends. So it's not like you're not enjoying your life either. So how do you do all this?
Good question, Jim, and thank you for the kudos, and my respect for you is immensely, and thank you very much for agreeing to help me with this project. But to answer your question, I guess since I'm getting to be an old man, I'm 61 years old now. I've got a daughter, she's 39, 3 grandkids, and they're in Idaho. Don't see them a whole lot. But I don't have any animals to care for because I'm on the road quite a bit, and it's not fair to the wife. She's a hard worker as well. She's worked on the Sundance catalog for the last 22 years. They won't let anyone else touch it. So she works for a great company, Artisan Color. And I guess just having a great partner, having a super employer, and not needing a lot of sleep. I sleep about 6-7 hours a night, and that's plenty for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to be on the go. I love to eat. I love to drink. I love to hang out with my friends and family. And I've noticed a lot of the other sales reps in my company and throughout the industry and other industries, a lot of times when they travel, they go to McDonald's or get something to eat and go back to their room. And I try to take advantage of it and see friends and family or write and instead of watching the boob tube.
Yeah, with a bag of McDonald's in front of you. So are you super structured? You know, you get up at a specific time and you've got your task list and you jump right into it, or do you ease into your day? How do you fit it all in? I can see you've made some time in the evenings when you're on the road by not hitting the McDonald's and watching the boob tube. But what about the rest of the structure in your day?
Well, I have a motto that it's not mine, that I've adapted from someone else, but plan the work and work the plan. And so I have, if I have to go see a customer and I have to be there at 9 o'clock, I try to be there 20 till 9, and then if I get a phone call or whatever, I'll just stay out in the car and answer that. So I try to stay as structured as I can, and then leave a few hours open in the day for unexpected things. But I try to. The main thing is to do what you say you're going to do, and to be on time. Everyone's time is precious and important.
It's amazing what simple advice that is, especially if you're of our age, right?
Yeah.
We come from a different culture. Back in the day, that was expected, but nowadays it's not. It's funny living in Montana. When you're late, they're like, "Oh, it's Montana time." I don't really look at it that way. I look at it the way you do: is that time is valuable. You know, I had somebody ask me once. I was working with the Levy Group, which is the largest privately owned restaurant group in the United States, and I had somebody ask me, "How did you land that account?" I said, well, it's nothing special. I just did what I said I was going to do, and I followed through, and I showed up on time to the meetings. And they're like, no, but like, what did you have to do? I'm like, no, like literally that's what I did. And they told me I was one of the few suppliers that actually honored the pricing and had the capacity that I told them I did. And sometimes the simplest of things, even a simple motto, really works in this day and age because people have gotten so far away from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing too, my sales are greater this year than they've ever been. And one of the things is during COVID, I continued to travel, and it wasn't a whole lot of fun. You know, I ate a lot of meals in my